All right, welcome everybody. This is Marvel Minute. I am Brandon, as always, joined by Trevor. Trevor, how we doing, man?
Pretty good, pretty good. How you doing?
Doing all right. I've got a busy Sunday morning going on at this house here with massive computer issues. Don't download the newest Windows update yet, I guess is the story I could share with everybody because it will take
Yeah.
it'll scare the shit out of you, I'll tell you that. But anyway, we're going to get into the winner of this week's poll, which was really only a 2-book race because at least I wasn't the only one fooled. What's it called? Phoenix Resurrection didn't come out this week, and I put it up on. It was up on the poll anyway, so it didn't win, which is the good thing. We didn't have to talk about a book that didn't come out. So, but Venom Inc. Omega, #1. I don't know why it's #1. It's not a #1. All right, they smartened up. Venom Inc. Omega is the winner this week, and we're going to discuss that a little bit. This is story and writers. So story is Dan Slott, writer, I guess, is Mike Costa. It feels that way anyway. Artist is Ryan Stegman and Gerardo Sandoval on this issue with inker of Jay Leiston and color artist Brian Reber with DC's Joe Carmanga on letters. So last issue basically ended with what's his name? Lee, who is Maniac when he's got his Venom form in at least this story. Getting back all the like Venom he spit out on everybody that he was mind controlling after the good guys basically turned all the mob bosses that were mind controlled by Maniac back to their own free will, still being scumbag bad guys, but you know, just regular bad guys, not mind controlled anymore. So when that happened, all the goo he spit out went back to him, and we see the reveal. This issue is that he's turned into basically a giant Venom Hulk, and he's like the size of a kaiju, I guess you could say. It's a tough scale because it keeps changing basically depending on what panel you're in, but that's what's going on here. I mean, at this point, I was pretty much out of the story when I saw this. It just ruined what even little enjoyment I was pulling out of it because it was very stupid. But anyway, the good guys have to confront this giant Venom Hulk. And just because of his pure size advantage, basically, Flash Thompson, when he lunges at him, because he's the, you know, he's the cure for the symbiote mind control stuff. Just gets swatted away like a fly. Goes flying through this building wall, and he's all screwed up currently. I still don't really understand if that's a true symbiote or like a costume, or like it looks like goo's coming off his face. So
it does.
I'm still a little fuzzy about how all this is working with him in now an anti-venom suit, but because there's no like partner there with him. You know what I'm saying? Like true symbiote partner.
I think it's like a symbiote suit without the, without the second consciousness.
Yeah, without the connection.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of comes off like. But yeah, so anyway, none of the good guys are really having much luck battling him for now. You know, Venom gives it his best try. He gets flung away. Black Cat gets flung away. But the only one that has any luck at all is Andy, who's going by Hellfire now, back basically her old persona, because she's got like these, fire powers, these Hellfire powers. I don't know what else to call them. I don't know anything you want to chime in with there.
It's got that Damon Hellstorm marker on her chest. I don't know where she got that, but
that's basically like back when she was first introduced, like that she was cursed somehow. I don't really remember all the details, but if you go back to when she first started popping up, you'll get all that info.
It's a cool curse.
Yeah. That's why she liked the symbiote, because it like kept control of this. Because she wasn't a huge fan of it, but now she's like basically embracing it, and I guess has a little bit. I don't know. They've done a poor job of explaining anything in this this crossover with any one character. Really, it's just been a hodgepodge of randomness that's occurred, with no character development taking place alongside of it. Really,
none.
Yeah, so like things are happening, but you don't really know why. You're just kind of going with the flow. So I don't know. While everyone's taking their shots at Maniac, Spider-Man ends up tracking down Flash, who got swatted. He's kind of feeling down and out because he's had, I don't know, no luck. Forgets he basically has a healing factor. So he's like, oh yeah, I have a healing factor. I'm fine. That's what happens here, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, Spider-Man gives him a little pep talk. He remembers he has a healing factor, and he's back in the fight. So they basically, like, you know, do different group attacks during this giant, I don't know, throwdown that's occurring throughout the whole issue. It comes down to like a standout moment of Black Cat about to get squished by blob venom here, and Spider-Man saving her in the nick of time, you know. So her luck power's taking effect, but Spider-Man, you know, being the one responsible, and they're kind of smoothing things over as this fight is occurring, because they've been at each other's throats since the Superior Spider-Man arc, when Octavius had control of Peter's body, and he socked her right in the face. That's where the bad blood is all brewed from. But so yeah, we just get another sense of scale. Like, this Venom Hulk is like this Jeep. They try to ram this Jeep into him. The Jeep is essentially the size of his big toe at this point. So that doesn't work. Spider-Man gets swatted away this time, and Venom gets swung into him. Anti-Venom's attacking. He kind of stabs him through the back. They're trying to hold him steady while Hellfire blows fire at him. You know, this group attack that doesn't end up working again. And then ultimately Spider-Man gets this idea that's going to finally help them out, because he's bleeding, you know, and they've concluded throughout
because
the last two issues, yeah, they can't be double maniacked, basically, I guess you could say. I don't know how to explain it.
Well, because he spit the stuff at Black Cat to try to take control of her, like, and it didn't work. So she's like, "No, he can't take control of us the second time." And then Spider-Man's like, "Oh, I guess we built up antibodies that repel it." And then this genius idea comes along.
So yeah, Spider-Man gets the idea to basically do the old school 70s bloody handshake trick that kids used to do, I guess. I don't know. Blood Brothers with Flash. And so Flash builds up this antitoxin, even though he should already have it, because nothing has affected him that's been spit on him the entire goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's already been the cure. So I don't understand how this works. But anyway, it works. He gets all spiky. Like, what's he look like here? I'm trying to think of what video game character is all spiky like this. Fuck. What am I trying to think about?
I can't. I don't know.
I don't know. All I have is Call of Duty World War II on my mind. But anyway, which isn't, you know, that's not obviously spiky things. But so this spiky anti-venom is now like the ultimate solution to their problem. And he stabs him through the chest again, Maniac, and the giant Hulk Maniac explodes into a million little pieces again. You know, there's still a little goo left on Lee, so I guess he does still have a connection to this thing. Is that what you took out of it? But he's just in such a weakened state right now?
Yeah, that's what I got from it. That's what they made it seem like.
Because it doesn't go back to Mania. You know, she's just straight up hellfire by the end of this. Flash remains anti-venom. Like, you know, he's not giving that up, it doesn't seem like. And Spider-Man and Black Cat basically iron things out real quick. Andy and Flash hug things out. You know, they never really had a beef with each other to begin with. They were just worried about each other's well-being, being buddies, old squad mates. And then Peter goes back home and they have a moment with Mockingbird. Just really kind of played for a joke because her bathroom got torn to shit earlier in the series, which I totally forgot about. And then Black Cat has a come to Jesus moment with Venom to wrap things up because this is Venom Inc. And then the final splash page where Venom looks pretty sweet. Probably my favorite page of this entire issue. This is a Costa page, I think, right?
Art-wise?
Yeah, or maybe not.
Yeah, Sandoval.
I don't know. It's hard to tell because they both did it. Oh yeah, Sandoval. That's what I meant. Costa's the writer. But yeah, that's how it ends with, I guess, Black Cat kind of no longer going to entertain the mob boss lifestyle, Flash becoming anti-Venom, and Mania just straight up being Hellfire, with Lee possibly still having control and being Maniac, but we're not really sure because he set it off to jail again anyway. So buy, borrow, or forget. That's how we do things around here. I know Jim has some trouble. He's buy, borrow, or kill. Whatever he does on the other one, he mixes it up a lot. It's always the last one changes every week when he tries to do it. It's like a running joke he's got going. It's a pretty good one. But anyway, yeah, forget this, and then I'll tell you why. Because this was, I don't know, a waste of $4.99. I'll tell you that the art, even like usually you can count on Stegman to come through in that regards, and he even looked rushed and under the gun as far as this goes. I'm really like, I need a break from the Venom crossovers and the Venom team ups and the Venom mini events. Like I'm really Venomed out all over again. So
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna do a Venom crossover with Spider-Man because it's his 30th anniversary with Eddie Brock being Venom or whatever the way they're spinning it, it should have more heart. And this just kind of felt like they did it to do it.
Yeah.
Did it. And that's the only cool thing that came out of this, I guess you could say, is Flash is anti-Venom, and we'll possibly see him again in the near future, but I don't feel like there's a rush to really include him as any more than just a background character in the Spider books at this point in time.
Yeah.
So maybe he'll have a bigger impact on the Venom series because he's technically a Venom again now. But I don't know how they're going to play that yet, and solicits don't really seem to point to that. So I don't know. I was just unthrilled with it, even from start to finish. Like it just felt dragged out. It felt overlong, and like this could have just been a 3-issue story, and I probably would have been more okay with it. But this Alpha and Omega stuff with all these Spider-Man events needs to end. To get an extra $10 out of you is really kind of BS. And it's really just to fill a trade because you have 4 issues, and they're probably going to not. They might include the Venom Inc. trade, but then you got to buy a separate trade, and the issues are going to also be included in like the Spider-Man trade, and it's just going to read weird. And
or they'll probably
like
take them out.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, it just feels weird. I don't know. I'm bummed. I wanted more from it if they were going to do this, and I didn't get it. So forget it. I don't know if you have anything different to add. I know you said your notes were blank for your thoughts about this.
Yeah, because I don't care.
You didn't care
about
enough to write notes down doesn't mean you don't got thoughts, really, I guess.
Yeah, it's fucking pointless, and there are a lot of like just I don't want to say mistakes, but just didn't seem like they cared. Like Flash magically like forgets that he has this healing factor, and nothing about Andy's suit. Like she doesn't get it back. The other consciousness that comes with it, because it is a symbiote, never makes an appearance.
Yeah.
Like you'd think she would have some kind of bond with it, and that never even comes up. It's just so
there's
dumb.
Like no emotion at the end of the story that she doesn't get it back. She's just like,
no,
I'm cool. I'm cool with this. Even though that's the whole reason she came to New York, was to get it back.
Yes, to get it back. And in the ending, like the whole, we just randomly found out, like, it's just so fucking stupid. Like, Black Cat, it got spit on her face, the symbiote, and because it couldn't take control of her the second time, Peter magically assumes that his blood mixed with the anti-venom costume, which should pretty much just take out that costume anyway. I mean, it's a regular symbiote, and he's anti-venom. There's nothing was built up, nothing was said, no rules were made that made this symbiote any more special than the regular venom symbiote. So why can't the anti-venom serum, like, suit just work? Like, it makes no sense. And then Peter has to come along with these magical antibodies that were never discussed beforehand. Like, it's just like everything is so pulled out of ass in this story. It's so just ridiculous.
I don't know if I said it on in the very beginning of this, or maybe if I'm just repeating myself, I apologize. But like we said, maybe off air was that he was spitting all this goo on everybody, right? Mind controlling them. And then it all goes back to him at the end of last issue, and he looked like a normal size, just venom symbiote. But as it all returns back to him this issue, he's a giant kaiju symbiote, and I don't know, it all came out of him in the first place, and he wasn't a kaiju and slowly shrinking throughout the time he was spitting it out. So why is it when it goes back to him, he increasing in size? I guess it's a nitpick. I don't know.
I know, everything's just so pulled out of ass, and like just not well thought out at all. Like, it just feels like the story, like the opportunity to do this story was presented to them. Like, we want you to do this because it's Venom's 30th anniversary. We don't really have any plans for it. Dan Slott just obviously didn't care. Mike Costa, I don't even think Dan Slott had. I don't know. He probably.
No, I think he's working on his ending. You know what I'm saying? He's working on his ending. This was a way for him to get all that done.
Yeah, he didn't care about this. This was just something to give more time, or just to waste our time and make money. I don't know. It was dumb. It's a forget for me, obviously.
Just the last note. Like, this 100% reminds me of like a Spider-Man Disney XD cartoon. Like, this is what this would come out of, with hulking out venoms, and but it's not like Spider-Man comic book story. It's like a kid's cartoon story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it should be like Spider-Man Adventures, the shit. The Disney XD comic book they come out, not with the main Spider-Man line. It just felt very childish, and you're dealing with serious themes. The 3 issues before this of like Peter being depressed and finding a new job and bummed. He basically blew it as a CEO of his own company, getting used to a new relationship. And then you're like, oh, let's fight Kaiju Venom for 6 issues.
Yeah, all that goes on hold. Everything he was doing just goes on hold. Whatever. It's okay.
Bummer. Give it to your kids. This is a good introduction to like a fun, goofy Spider-Man story for kids. That's what I would say. Other than that, forget it. But yeah, we're gonna sign out. You guys know how to find us throughout the week. You want to hear a little more talk, a few more books, find us on Marvel Madness Comics Podcast. That's where that happens. But we're gonna sign things out. Polls up on Monday. Yeah. Anything you want to mention as we close?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, this goes off to Jim, and we will talk to you guys next week. Later.
Peace.